Missouri with Ahmad Hardy, I think could win. I mean, he's obviously sensational on the ground. If he wants to enter the transfer portal and come over to Bama and like establish a run game
No,
for us,
no,
that would
no,
be
please no,
awesome.
please no.
Hey everyone, I'm Emma here with Chizzy, and today we were talking about the matchup between number 8 Oklahoma versus number 22 Mizzou, happening Saturday at noon in Norman. Oklahoma is coming off a season-defining 23-21 win at Alabama. Boo-hoo, I'm sad. Now, Coach Eli Drinkwitz anticipates that true freshman Matt Zollers will be the Tigers' starting QB in Week 13 at Oklahoma, but there's also a slim chance, that Beau Pribula will return for the first time since he suffered his ankle injury in Week 9, which would kind of be cool. So, Chizzy, you are a Mizzou girl. How are you feeling about this game?
Um, to be real, to be completely honest, this is one of those games you're like, we could win,
Yeah.
but also we could lose.
Mhm.
So it's like really split because honestly, after that loss from Texas A&M just 2 weeks ago, I didn't really know how to grasp myself as a Mizzou fan. I was very just like, this would happen to us, but we do have a freshman quarterback. So that changes everything. That changes the pace, even for the receivers and the O line and Ahmad Hardy as well. So I can understand that. But now this is gonna be his second/third like game. So I'm feeling a little bit more confident, but still the way OU played against Bama, I'm kind of like I'm just questioning a couple things. I feel like I'm scared, defensive wise, but also on the other hand, Missouri's defense is great. Secondary concerns, I do have them. I really do because we saw OU. We saw what they did. I'm so sorry, Emma, to bring up this trauma. Um, but as a Bama girl, but yeah, I'm kind of split down the middle. But I feel a little bit more confident. Well, actually, let me retract my statement. I feel like even if we do get Bo, it's gonna be a John Mateer situation in the Red River game. Like, it's like, oh yes, you got your starting quarterback, but they're off the rhythm because that's their first game back. So it's kind of like one of those things. The defense really just has to show up and show out. Emma, what are you feeling, especially seeing the OU playing against your team last week?
Yeah, OU defensively was amazing. Offensively, they did what they had to do. I'm not going to say that the offense was spectacular. They had short field position every single time because we gave them the football. But that's football, so that's a way to win. And our defense did as well as they could under the circumstances. So I am still wondering what OU's offense is with Mateer back and with the ailments in his hand and how he's dealing with that, and if he feels 100% at any point. I'm still waiting to see that, but they made the plays they had to make to win that game, and like, kudos to them, proud for them, and that's wonderful. We'll get back in there, but Bama has played Missouri and OU. When we played Missouri, I was like, that might be the best defense we play all year. And like, thank goodness we won because geez, but then we played OU. That was a sensational defense. So I think both of these, obviously, they're both ranked and rated highly, and thought of highly. Both of these defenses are sensational. So it really is dependent on which defense makes more plays for these teams, because I think that OU's defense with a freshman QB, I could eat him alive. It could be scary. So then I'm sitting here like, if Pabula can come back, he might be a little bit more of a steady hand of better decision makers in those hectic and crazy situations that might really shake up a freshman QB. But at the same time, like you were talking about, if with the freshman QB, he is now in his third game. Pabula first game back might not be so great. So it's like, which situation do you want to go with? And do you do a combination of both? But again, this is all is a factor if Pabula can come back. So it is really interesting. But both of these teams, I mean, this game is going to be won defensively. It's which defense can make the most plays. But with you, if Pabula is healthy, would you rather him start or Freshie over here?
honestly, I think I want Freshie to start. Just because Beau, I just think I'm also just like I don't want to risk him being more injured, especially with the defense like this and being shaken up. And also the game's not at home. So it's like you're fighting against a lot of factors here. And I think Zollers is becoming more confident as literally Texas A&M, they averaged about 77 passing yards. Going into Mississippi State was 112. So I think he's inching closer to being like I feel more confident. And I think also as a Mizzou fan, having to give more grace because he is a freshie and he's learning a system that he was just thrown into. Wasn't like, oh, coming from fall camp, now I am the starting QB. No, it was like thrown into the fire. So I think I'm feeling more confident in him, but I feel like the pressure is on Kirby Moore because as a Mizzou fan, it gets very frustrating seeing these same plays. Like I'm like, do I have the playbook? Like why is it why do I know we're about to just do a screen or slant? Like it's just we need to get more creative. I know Zollers is freshman and you don't want to do a deep pass, especially with OU secondary, but like come up with something. Be creative. Try something. Like the way Bama did that fake fall, and I really love that play. Like just come up with something creative, like to help support and give Mizzou confidence. Because I feel like that's literally like Texas A&M, for example, them coming back from South Carolina. Like you need your team to have confidence, and I feel like just not even giving your receivers any touches, and they're gonna prepare for Ahmad Hardy. Like that's everyone does. Easy. Like we saw the Bama game. It was a pretty hard night for Ahmad Hardy. So we just need to get more creative offensively. Also to give the defense a little bit less of pressure. But yeah, so Emma, I guess my question to you is how much do you think this game means for OU?
Well, they had that massive win at Alabama, which put them back in national conversation. They're now ranked 8th. They're in the playoffs if they just win out. So they cannot stumble. If Missouri or LSU wins either one of these games, there's no path to the SEC championship, and there's seemingly no path to the playoffs. They'd be a 3-loss team at that point. So I think they're in excellent position with how these teams are operating right now. Missouri without Beau Pribula, LSU who have just been disheartened after Brian Kelly and Garrett Nesma. It's just not a happy team right now, but you never know who shows up. But for OU, this is their moment. They have 2 more games. They're in the playoffs. Wow. So it's like, don't stumble, don't fall, don't let the pressure get to you. Show up in these moments. And I think with Missouri, then you have that on you and you're like, I can upset their season. I can take that away from them. And you know what? That's a fun feeling when you really have, you're in a bowl, like you qualify for a bowl game and you're not going to play for the national championship. You're not going to play for the SEC. That's fun. Upset teams. That's really fun. Auburn's going to try to do that to Alabama. I mean, Mississippi State wants to upset Ole Miss. Georgia Tech's going to want to upset Georgia. That's fun. So I think that Missouri is playing for that. Missouri with Ahmad Hardy, I think could win. I mean, he's obviously sensational on the ground. If he wants to enter the transfer portal and come over to Bama and like establish a run game
No,
for us,
no, no, please no, please no.
I know you're not going to be happy with that, but I would love him. Call me, like let's figure this out. Come over to Tuscaloosa, wear some crimson. But we need a running back, and he's wonderful. And you saw what he did against Mississippi State, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, I believe, like insane. In if he can do that, if he can establish that against OU in their house, you're gonna win. Like that's easy. He can win you a game. It's just whether or not that can get established against an OU defense that is sensational. So it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, for sure. And like what you were saying, if Amon Hardy can do that, because also OU's run game, like you were saying, you're not really that impressed with their offense. I feel like what you said, they made it work, and that's kudos to them because if we look at the if we just look up let me not say look up. If we just look at OU and Bama, Bama played so well offensively. But OU just made it work each time they had a defensive play. So I think Mizzou establishing that, but it's like I said before, this comes down to Kirby Moore. I didn't mean to rhyme, but it does. It comes down to Kirby more on what we're going to do, just to shake something up because, like you said, like we're not playing for anything for real. We're playing to upset OU and make sure they don't get into the playoff just like us. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope we come up with a Mizzou win. Um, if not, um, I don't have any words. I'm just gonna be watching the playoffs. That's all I got to say.
Go out, do some, like, fun holiday
Yeah,
things,
yeah,
get ready for
exactly.
Thanksgiving. This would be a big shift in the national perception of this team, even going into rivalry week. A critical test before bowl season, probably get placed in a better bowl against a really solid opponent that people will actually tune into and care about. People who it's not their team because bowl season is really whatever now, unfortunately. But this is a big game for Missouri. This there's a lot on it, and I hope they fight and play for it. Like there is that, and I know they will. But obviously nobody cares more than the players and the coaches, and we always have to remember that because when Alabama lost to OU, I'm sitting there so disappointed and so upset, but then I'm looking at the players and I'm like, they know they messed up. They know that they could have done a million things to make it right and win, and for Oklahoma going into Tuscaloosa and winning and that amazing feeling. That's what we love about college football. And that's what this will be too. Oklahoma, you could take that away from them or they'll win and they're like, oh, one more game and we're in the playoffs. Like, that's so fun. So I love college football. I do think OU is going to win, but I think Missouri has a shot.
I think we have a shot depending on how we come out first quarter. After that, I'm switching sides to OU. That's all I gotta
You
say.
stand by your team, the highs and lows.
The highs and lows.
Highs and lows
We'll
of college
see.
football.
No, literally love college football because why am I excited but also like I don't want to watch and I don't want the game to happen.
Yeah, they put the Auburn Bama game at 7:30, and I was like, "Why'd you do this? It's been at 3:30 for, like, 10 years, and you're just doing this to, like, raise my heart rate more than it needs to be raised, and I'm upset. I'll watch it. I'm not gonna be happy about it. Something in me is gonna be like, "Should I just turn this on at 10:30 and see where we're at?" So, but no, we watch the games. We love the games. It's fun.
Exactly. So let us know what you guys think. Is OU coming up with the win or is it going to be Missouri?